Everyone. Welcome to Three Themes Live. I've got Miss Fern with me today, and we are excited to have you here. How are we all doing out there? It's beautiful weather. The sun is shining. It's just like the best day.
The motorcycle
of course you did.
Yes,
of course you did. You guys, you know what? You need to send in a picture of you and your helmet. And,
am I what?
well, I know. I'm saying that to protect you, my friend.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Three Themes Live, where theme number 1 is something to smile about. Theme number 2 is something to learn, like wearing a helmet. And theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to Three Themes Live. I'm Kris here at my girlfriend's quilt shop, and so delighted to have you join us. This week we've been talking all about color. In fact, we're kind of crazy about color around here. You know, the fabric bolts, the fat quarters, all the things that just, you just want to just soak it all up, right? Well, yesterday, if you were with us, we talked about this amazing tool called the color wheel. And if you missed yesterday, definitely go back and watch it because there's some great information to help us out. But today, guess who else I have in town? Not only Fern, but we have Suzanne with us. Hey, Suzanne. And you all know and love Suzanne. She is the color queen around here, we like to say. And for so long, you guys have been saying, bring back Suzanne's picks, bring back Suzanne's picks.
Right.
And you know, we've heard you loud and clear, and Suzanne's joining us today to be able to do that with all of us today during theme number 2. So we're very excited about that. Yesterday, let's talk for a minute about that.
That's great.
Yeah.
What were some of your insights?
Let me think. Looking at the color wheel, seeing all the different ways that they do the combinations together, the tetrad or the 4 colors.
That's what got me.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
And all the different, like you can do the tints and the tones, all the blacks that get added to it to make it darker, the white that gets added to it to make it lighter.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was really interesting. And the color wheel is really, that's a good color wheel.
It's fascinating, and it is a good color wheel for sure.
It's got a lot of depth to it.
Such great information. What about you, Fern?
I was like listening to what they were talking about, the different shapes and stuff, and looking at my quilts, and I kind of walked over to my stack, and I was like, I'm doing all these things. I just didn't know there was a name for it. I didn't know it. And so
there you go.
Today we both got the color wheel to take home with us. And so now I can put some knowledge in with the feeling and the emotion that I do. So
I love that. That's fantastic. What a great way to look at it. Put some knowledge in with the emotion and the feeling she's got with it too. I think that is great. Kathy says that Suzanne is rocking the colors today.
She is.
Yeah, she is. Suzanne, one thing I love about you is you're so eclectic. And so
you know what? That is very true.
Right?
I can't decide on one thing that I really, really like.
Yeah.
But I like most everything except for there's a few things that are really hard for me to work with. And we're going to talk about that today.
Okay, well, guess what else we're talking about? For theme number 1, yesterday, I know you guys are both really sad to have missed out on color karaoke from yesterday.
So sad.
I'm so happy that you didn't have to hear me sing those.
Yeah.
I knew every one of those
But
songs.
I was singing them at home.
Yes.
Well, today, we're not doing color karaoke, but we're actually doing a color personality test. Oh yes, oh yes. You all know and love those color personality tests. I already know. Oh, I'm a blue yellow or whatever it might be, right?
Yep.
Well, this one's a little bit different. You know, we wouldn't just do the same old around here at Girlfriends. We got to add a little twist to it. So our color personality test is all about quilts. Of course.
Of course.
Of course, that's
Yes.
what we're here for. And so we want you to play along with us at home. And so go grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, because you're going to write down some answers. We're going to quiz you.
Yeah.
And then we're going to tell you what quilt block becomes your personality. Are you ready for this? All right, guys. So go ahead and get that ready. Get your pen, get your paper, because this is actually very very revealing. I think, right?
You think?
Yeah, I had the two of you take this test, and were you surprised by the results?
For me, no, not really. Yeah, I felt like that those where I fell in there was pretty much me.
Was
But
pretty much you. Fern?
I was surprised.
Like, I can't even tell you. I don't.
Okay,
We're gonna wait.
We're
gonna
we'll
wait.
wait and unveil
Yeah.
what these two are.
Yes.
So, are you all ready at home? All right, let's go ahead and get started with what is your quilty color personality? Is the name of the test, and let's bring up the first question. First question: how do you choose your next fabric? A, whatever's on sale. Scrappy is happy. B, I walk around with a bolt in my hand like it's an emotional support animal. C, I pick a theme and stick to it like binding on a corner. Or D, I wait for the fabric to speak to me. And yes, it usually yells.
Yeah.
Okay, friends, what is your color personality? Go ahead and put it in the comments. Are you A, B, C, or D on how you choose your next fabric? We want to see your answers. All right. We'll wait just a minute, and
Do we get to answer as we go?
yeah, why don't you guys
Okay.
answer? Yeah, what are you?
So I like a sell because I like to buy a lot of
Yeah,
fabric.
of course, yes.
But it has to scream to me, because
Yeah.
when I walk in a fabric store, there's so much fabric.
Yeah.
So like a smaller fabric store is better for me because there's less to make my mind crazy. So so it's gonna
Yeah.
it has to scream to me.
Okay, that's
So,
how I
yes.
am too. And I think a lot of you at home are the same way.
Yeah.
You walk in the store, it's got to scream at you.
Yeah.
Suzanne,
I
same?
was a D as
D?
well.
Okay,
Gotta
are you
scream at
ready?
me.
All right,
Okay.
Fern, take it away. Number 2.
What's your ideal quilt style? Oh, sorry, I jumped over. Your sewing room aesthetic is best described as A, organized chaos with a splash of creative energy. B, rainbow coated, Pinterest ready, practically an HGTV showroom. That's definitely you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't we wish?
Okay, cozy, classic, and full of sentimental treasures. D, modern, moody, and a little dramatic in the best way.
Oh, okay, guys. What is your sewing room aesthetic?
A, B, C,
All
or
right.
D.
Suzanne, what is it for you?
I was absolutely A.
Yeah.
Yeah. Organized chaos. I mean, a lot of you have seen my sewing
I
room.
would agree with that.
And it's organized chaos. I know where things are. So,
Yes.
It looks like a lot of you are A's as
yep, a
well.
lot of you follow with us.
There you go. All
Yeah.
right, number 3, Suzanne.
Okay. What's your ideal quilt style? Scrappy patchwork with stories at every square. B, a perfectly pieced rainbow sampler. C, vintage-inspired blocks in warm, homey tones. Or D, bold solids, asymmetry, and unexpected twists.
What's your ideal quilt style? Fern, what's yours?
I put B, but I'm like, I couldn't
Really?
choose one because I do them all.
Yeah.
You know what?
So
I think
it was depending on my mood.
that's, you know what? There's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
true.
when I think of you, Fern, I would agree with B because you are you love color, but you also like things that are perfect.
Exact.
So,
Yeah.
and exact. But
order.
don't throw any scrappiness in for
That's
Fern.
right.
That
Fern
is
is
going to
not
be
scrappy.
a big,
That's
big
right.
no.
Yeah.
I'm learning though.
I'm so proud. All right. Oh, Nancy, she says all of the above.
know.
Yeah. So she needs an E.
Nancy, we're
There you
together.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the above. All right. We're seeing answers coming in. A lot of B's, a perfectly pieced rainbow sampler. And Deborah Johnson has a triple A.
A.
A triple A.
Scrappy
Patchwork
patchwork.
with stories in every square. I love
yeah.
that. You know what? I love a
What is
scrappy
yours?
quilt. I would say,
See,
I
I
would
see you
say A.
organized. Really?
Yeah, I really like scrappy.
That's me.
I do.
Yeah.
I love scrappy.
I gotta have a lot of fabric in it.
Yeah.
I do.
All right. Number 4, what's your go-to snack while quilting? You know, this is a very important question.
It is.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready, friends at home? A, whatever's within reach. I'm in the zone. B, neatly proportioned trail mix in color-coded containers. C, a mug of tea and something homemade. Or D, black coffee, straight up, just like my sashing. There you go. For me, I would say A, whatever's within reach. It's a terrible thing. What about you all at home? What is your go-to snack while quilting? Is it whatever's in reach? Is it the neatly portioned trail mix?
And I like that you didn't name the peanut M&Ms.
Yeah,
or
peanut
the-
M&Ms weren't in there, so-
It was like a little broader
It was a
spectrum.
little more broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A little more broad.
Yes.
I went
So
with C.
lots of A's
went
are
with
coming
C?
up.
I'm a C.
There's nobody around to make homemade things for me.
That means we'd have to make something, Fern.
I know, right?
I know.
Myself, yeah.
Yeah. No.
So I went
no.
with the caffeine.
Yeah, did you? Yeah, straight up.
Black coffee straight up.
Just like your
Yeah, just-
sashing.
Just give me some
My mug
caffeine.
of tea would actually be hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, number 5. Too fun.
Okay, your idea of a perfect quilt name sounds like Fabric Frenzy or the Leftover Love Quilt, ooh la la, Sunshine Spectrum or Color Me Happy, C, Grandma's Garden or Harvest Heart, D, Moonlit Geometry or Broken Rules. Dun, dun, dun.
This one was
That's
tough
a hard
for me.
one. It was hard.
Yeah. I think I was leaning more towards the B.
Yeah?
Sunshine Spectrum or Color Me Happy.
And mine was B.
Yeah.
I was D.
You were D.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that with you.
Yeah.
I can
mean,
definitely
broken
see
rules.
that. Yeah.
So
That's where she went. I was thinking all the stars and all the.
A lot of you are B's. Looks like we've got a C
Yeah.
in there, D.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
it's
some-
all over the place here.
yeah,
Nice.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. Number 6, Suzanne.
When someone asks, "Do you really need more fabric?" you respond, A, do I need air? B, it's not more, it's part of a collection.
There you go.
C, each one has a purpose, eventually. And D, silent eye roll, walks away with 3 new yards.
There you go.
Yep.
I gotta say, probably all 4 of these are very similar.
Yeah,
aren't
they are.
For me,
For
it was
sure.
definitely C. Each one has a purpose eventually.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to use it
Yeah.
for, but I'm sure that I'll come up with the perfect project for that, right? So what was it for you?
Silent eye roll.
Same here.
It's like, are you kidding
Same
me?
here. It's like, as if I'm not going to buy fabric. You know?
Yep,
Yes.
there you go.
And I'll encourage you to do the same.
Okay, yes, yes,
It's
yes.
like,
You enabler.
it's not just me walking out with
Yes.
3 yards. We're all walking out with 3 yards.
If I'm doing
I
it,
love
you're
that.
doing it.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah, mostly A. Yeah, is Peggy saying, and we've got lots of D's here.
Yeah.
Too fun.
All
And
over.
we've got lots of B's on YouTube, it looks like. So, all right, 2 more
Nice.
questions, guys. This is very scientific.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
is.
telling
Very
you.
scientific.
Okay, number 7.
Okay. What's your relationship with your seam ripper? A, it's a ride or die companion. We've been through some things.
Yeah.
B, I rarely need it. I measure twice and cut once. Okay, maybe 3 times. C, I keep the same one Grandma gave me. It's basically a family heirloom. And D, I upgraded to a fancy one because why not make my undoing mistakes chic?
There you go. I like that one.
I almost bought a fancy one at the
Did ya?
quilt show, and I didn't.
And you didn't.
So I could not mark that one.
No, you didn't.
I couldn't.
I've got a fancy one because I do. But then I have lots of. Let's be honest. I have probably 24 seam rippers.
Oh yes, yes.
I collect them.
All the different
All of them.
kinds.
Right.
I can tell you, I can never find one.
Yeah.
So, but if I was going to have one,
Yep.
I put B, but if I was going to have one, I really wanted to do D because I would want a fancy one. you
Yeah.
know, just because you want the prettiness of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then again, it's never around when you really need it, right?
No.
So that's why you have to have 24.
And I did A.
That's true.
You did
chose
A.
A.
It's a ride or
Ride
die
or die.
companion. You've
After
been through some
after
things.
unpicking a quilt last night on the long arm. And,
Oh,
yeah.
say it ain't so.
We're buddies, so we like each
I
other.
bet.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Last question, friends. Number 8. Go ahead, Suzanne.
Okay. What's your reaction when you finish a quilt top? A, start dancing, take a photo, move on to the next work in progress. B, lay it out, admire it, match the binding perfectly, and document the whole thing. C, fold it neatly and let it rest in a stack with its quilt top siblings until it's time. And D, consider framing it instead of quilting it. It's art, darling.
Oh, I think for me, it's got to be C. I let it rest in a stack with its quilt top
Oh,
siblings.
you're so funny.
Oh, sometimes it's just like I'm just excited to get the quilt top done, and I end up not
Yeah, not quilting it.
quilting it.
Oh.
It's because the satisfaction happened
It's done.
during the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why you need
It's
a
weird.
long arm. So
no,
you can
I
take
do
it all the way
not
to the
need a
end.
long arm.
And then you say,
I did it.
I did it.
And then you take pictures and probably
and I take
share,
pictures and I
right?
share. And,
Okay.
and
All
I
right.
take pictures as I'm going along. And yeah.
It looks like we've
Yes.
got a lot of C's.
Yes.
I
Okay,
will
I
tell
found
you.
my people.
Yeah, I will tell you something funny about that though, because I used to be the C.
Uh-huh.
Just stack up the tops, but once I got a long arm,
Yeah.
and I finished them on my
Yeah,
own, it was
that's
just like
true.
that satisfaction's
So
even
satisfying.
better.
I
So-
could see that.
But
could
I was an
see
A on that one.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. All right, friends, go ahead and count up your points. So we want to tally up your score. How many A's? How many B's? How many C's? And how many D's? All righty. Are you ready for this? We're going to unveil some mighty truths to you all. All right. If you were mostly A's, go ahead and say in the comments, I'm an A, I'm an A. Mostly A's is the spunky scrapster. All right, here's your quilt block. You are eclectic, you're adventurous, you love all the scraps. Probably your perfect quilt match would be a string or a postage stamp quilt or a crazy block quilt. Your challenge for you is you like to use only what's in your stash. Your daily mantra, no scrap left behind. Then I wanted to try and think of what is the hill worth dying on? You know, we all have those hills
yeah.
worth dying on and with our personalities. So the hill worth dying on for you spunky scrapsters are every scrap is usable. Every single one. And then meet your quilty self. You could take my rotary cutter, but don't you dare touch that tiny 1.5 inch triangle I saved from 2009. I've got plans. There you go. Okay, does that speak to any of you out there? Any spunky scrapsters out there? Let us know what you think about that. All right, if you're mostly B, tell us in the comments that you are mostly B. I think you're gonna like this next one. You are the Radiant Rainbow. You're energetic and joyful and organized. Your perfect quilt would be a color wheel quilt or a Bargello. Your challenge is you quilt by hues, and color is very important to you. In fact, your daily mantra is color is my superpower. The hill worth dying on for you is if it's not color coordinated, it's chaos. And meet your quilty self. You bring joy, harmony, and just the right amount of sparkle to everything you stitch. And don't even think about putting green next to orange unless you've consulted the color wheel and said a prayer. All right, bees, where are you? Denise Valdez, our friend, is a
yes.
bee, she said. Peggy, no bees.
At all.
Wow, isn't
Yeah.
that interesting? Oh my goodness. Okay, mostly C's. Who are our C's out there? What's Linda Ray is a C. Linda Ray is a C. So this is an interesting one. You are the vintage heart. You're sentimental and cozy. Your perfect quilt would be a churn dash or a log cabin. The challenge for you is you want to do something that's memory related or a recipe inspired quilt perhaps. Your daily mantra is stitching the past into the present. Your hill worth dying on is that hand stitching is not outdated, it's sacred.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. And you quilt with soul and every thread tells a story worth remembering. Also, never, ever throw away a pattern traced by your grandmother. There we go. So you're more the sentimental type. Elaine is a C, and so is Nancy. So is Barbara.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, does that describe any of you? Oh, Nancy says, okay, it's really not me. All right. And finally, our mostly Ds. Where are you, mostly Ds? This is the bold and the brazen. This is an interesting block we're going to take a look at. So your color personality is deep solids and contrast. You're artistic, modern, and just a bit rebellious. Suzanne. Your quilt match is you like minimalism with geometric flair. Your challenge is to use only 2 or 3 colors and let your layout shine. That might be a challenge for you. Mm-hmm. Your daily mantra is rules are just suggestions. The hill we're dying on is traditional is fine for other people. And you make your own path, modern, moody, and masterfully unexpected. If it doesn't break a rule or start a conversation, I am not sewing it. Woo! Wow. All right. I know that was a lot, wasn't it? Yep. All right.
That's awesome.
I'm curious, let's hear in the comments what your thoughts are on this. Does it describe you? Does it describe your personality? What were you saying earlier? You were saying,
so first I want to know, what did you, because you never did tell me, what you think that where I laid in there.
For me, I think you're between the vintage heart and the radiant rainbow.
Okay. So
The
like,
BNC.
I really want to be vintage heart.
Oh, you
I
want
really
to
do.
be. Huh.
But, so the first time I took it, I did I had 2 A's, 2 B's, 2 C's, and 2 D's.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I was like, well, now what?
Well, now, yes.
I need a number 9.
She
I need
texts me, she
rule
says,
breaker.
well, now what? If I'm a little bit of this and this and this and this, what am I? I said, you're a hot mess. That's what you are.
And I didn't see that on the description.
Yeah, where was that?
I feel like that's it.
Yeah.
But I took it today, and I had 3 Ds.
Really?
Yeah. So, it's totally mood
both
and emotion for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, that factor.
I'm going to change
Okay.
whatever the however the mood strikes, or whatever I'm inspired by. It's going to change. Yeah. So
You
hot
know
mess.
what? A hot mess.
Yes.
No. I think that's great. I mean, what it tells us really is that there really are no rules. You be you, and you do what you love, and find the things that just speak to you. And so we hope you enjoyed this little quirky quilty quiz. And if you would like your own copy of it, you can download it for free on our website at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. Make sure to download it, share it with your friends, share it with your quilt guilds, all of your quilting friends. I think this would be really a fun activity for you to do together with them.
I want everybody to do a dinner with their family tonight.
Oh,
Like, get your husband, get your dog, whatever. Get everybody together and do the quiz.
If you do the quiz, and if you do it with other people, or you had an aha moment today, we want you to share it with us on the Friends of My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop page. All right, well, are you ready to take this color personality to a whole new level? Yep.
Yes.
We've got Suzanne in the house, and we are ready to do Suzanne's picks. You know what that means if you've been with us for a while. For those of you who are brand new, this might be kind of different for you. We're going to send Suzanne downstairs here at the quilt shop, at My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, and she is going to choose 9 different fabrics for a quilt based off of your feedback and your suggestions. So it's something that you definitely want to be a part of. We're excited to bring it to you again today, and wish us all luck with the, with the filming. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then make sure and stick around for theme number 3, because we're also going to bring on another special guest who's going to talk to us about quilty inspiration from everyday themes. We'll be back right after this. Three Themes Live is where we always have something to make you smile, something to learn, and something to discover. Let's go! Hi, it's Kris from My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop, and I'm here to ask, have you started your Stitch Your Story blocks yet? If you're wondering what exactly is Stitch Your Story, let me share a few ideas with you. It is actually a movement that we are doing here in the year 2025.
It is the stories of those who came before us that ultimately help us understand who we are as human beings.
We're asking you to create a personal 12.5-inch unfinished quilt block each month. And it's according to a theme. And we're going to give you different ideas throughout the year on what the theme is and what techniques you could possibly do, because really there's no right or wrong way to do it. It is all up to you and your own creativity.
Today, my legend is a true legend,
Yes.
so I'm really excited.
There's no rules. We want you to have fun and try different techniques throughout the year. Of course, we gotta have
legs can kick.
major 3D dimension going on.
It's even better than a picture, right?
All your questions could be answered by watching Three Themes Live every month. That is going to be your go-to resource for everything Stitch Your Story.
As you guys share
Right.
your stories with us, I've learned a little bit more about different people.
We want to celebrate your progress, so please, by all means, share with us your pictures, your stories, and you can do so by using the hashtag StitchYourStory2025 and hashtag My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop so that we can follow along on your journey to a complete quilt by the end of the year. Today we're talking about a new quilt block. It's a courthouse, so it is very similar to a log cabin block, right? We're talking about foundation paper piecing today. You're gonna start out with a 1.5-inch square, and you're going to actually place it on the back of the paper that is marked. You need to take a little glue stick, and just a little dab will do. And you only do that the first time.
Right.
I want to place the tapered edge between the 1 and the 2. And this is going to help me to know exactly where to fold my paper back. So I just flip this over. I now know exactly where to cut. Then I'm just going to place it right sides together, and you're going to sew on the line between the 1 and the 2. And you continue building this 4-inch block until you get, ta-da! For someone out there who might not know what a jelly roll is,
40 individual pieces of fabric cut 2.5 inches wide from selvage to selvage. So I sew 2 together, and then we're just gonna put them right sides together
okay.
and sew down one side and the other. I'm gonna create kind of a tube. So you need that 45-degree line right on my stitch seam.
The stitch seam.
I'll just make my cut. And then I can just use the right angles. So I will just, when I'm going to make my next cut, just flip over. It's super easy. And then watch how this just
Oh my goodness.
pops open.
Yes, I love that.
And you get 2 different looks from that tube.
Yes, I love that. All right, welcome back everyone to Three Themes Live. The color personality test for your quirky quilting adventure, right? It's just too fun not to try. So again, if you want your own personal copy of the quiz, definitely download it at our website at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com and feel free to share it with friends. I loved in the comments, someone had asked, what are you if you're 95% Kimberbell?
That's right. And Heidi's
said,
comment,
you're a Kimberbella.
That's right.
Exactly. And I love that Trish said that she sees herself in all the categories. It all depends on what inspires her to create memories, color, sight, sounds, and that's very true. And that's kind of what you were talking about.
She's my spirit animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Trish, well, let's get together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very, very true, Trish. So as we have shared before, we are on a mission to find 9 different back quarters. I know, where's the music, right? And Suzanne is downstairs right now. Fern and I, we've got the easy job.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we just get to hang out and see what Suzanne is up to.
Yeah.
So, but this is where we are calling for audience participation, because depending on what you say, it could change the whole direction of the quilt. So let's bring Suzanne on. Miss Suzanne.
There she is. Look
Hey,
at that color wall. Gorgeous.
Look at that. Yes. Okay, how are you feeling, Suzanne?
I think I'm doing okay. I can't see you, but I can see Steve filming me right now.
Hey, Steve's hot, so just go with
I think we're going to be good.
There you go. All right, Suzanne, tell us, one of the things that we like to issue you the challenge is to say, okay, we want you to make a quilt, and there's got to be an inspiration theme behind it. So what is the inspiration theme that you chose?
Well, okay, so when I was talking to you last night, I thought to myself, let's choose something that I cannot really do. This is not me at all. So I called it Miami Summer. So these colors are so not me.
Miami Summer, huh?
Yeah. So I went with, I went and found a color inspiration board. This is my board.
Okay.
So those don't look like me.
Okay.
I
Not at
usually go
all.
for things that
No.
are toned down in dark with black added to the color, the hue. So
Okay, so Miami.
yeah. So if you
Heat.
can picture pink flamingos, Fern.
Oh,
And,
there
yeah.
you go, Fern.
Like,
Like
I'm already in
strawberry
Miami,
daiquiris.
so.
So
All right, so do you have any pieces to start out with, or how about a
do.
focal piece?
I do have a focal piece. This is what I went through the store and found today for a focal piece.
Oh, okay,
It
let's get
seemed
an
to
up-close
have
shot of that.
So
Quite a
here's your
few
swimming suit.
of these.
I'm going full in.
You're ready. You had, she had you at Miami, right?
That's right.
Okay, so we've got lots of color to go
Oh,
from.
Yeah, oh boy. But there's some colors in here that I totally love, but some that are just like really foreign to me. I don't have any in my
Interesting.
collection. So
Okay.
So we are a little bit harder for me to do.
Okay.
So, but of course the orange, I've got no problem. So,
All right, this is going to be fun. So you found your focal piece. What's the first thing you have to look for?
well, I want to find some darks, some lights, some mediums, and I want to find some scale, large scale, small scale, even solid. So,
Okay.
so I have something to make it interesting. So
Okay.
to me, this is a very medium scale pattern, and it's a medium tone print, so it's not light or dark. So I did choose a couple of things in the store already because I know we don't have a ton of time, but I thought I'll start with a good light, and these are ones that we'll leave in, but you guys are gonna pick the rest for me.
Okay.
All right, so we'll go with that.
Are you considering that to be perhaps like a background fabric?
That could be a background.
Okay.
It absolutely could be. Or if you chose to be bold with your background, you could use the dark. So I'm choosing this one as well because I see this is in this fabric.
Ooh, yeah.
And I love this little
That
scratchy
actually
print.
makes it really pop.
Yeah, it does.
So yes, it really would. So we'll
Sandy
put
said
those-
that there has to be some orange in it for Suzanne.
Of course there is. And then another
Orange
one.
and teal looks
So
gorgeous
this is the
Yeah.
light,
together.
this is the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've chosen this. It's kind of weird, but this color is in here.
What makes it weird, Suzanne?
Well, it's just not, it's a plaid.
Okay.
It doesn't seem as kitschy as the mushrooms, but I think it works. If we put those together,
Okay, I like what I'm seeing
I
so
think I
far.
can work with that. So these 4, I pulled this one out just in case we want to keep that with it because it really is a good color. It's a very small scale, but I think it just goes so beautifully with that. So, but now we've got to fill this out with other things. So I'm gonna leave these 4 stacked together. Actually, I'm gonna take this one with me. And I've unfolded it so you can see the selvage. There is a ton of color in this little piece of fabric. See that?
That's always
So much.
a good little road map, I like to
Indicator,
think
Isn't
of.
it?
Yeah.
It's the best. I'm so happy they do that. And then I looked at that with my little color block that I did here. And I'm thinking, those are pretty good in there. Let's go find something large scale.
So Terry is wondering if we can pull in some pinks.
Oh, absolutely. Because if you look at that color right there, that's very strawberry.
Yes,
And then
it
this
is.
little lavendery one, it's got a lot of pink in it. So we're going to walk over here right now.
Okay,
Hadn't thought of
start looking at
lavender.
those.
That would be good.
that's true.
So I'm thinking, if we work on with this, I want to look at these down here. I mean, I love some of these. This is so light, but it's just so perfect with it. Look at that, how that matches.
Wow, that I would never have
I would
put
not
those
have
two
pulled that.
together.
I mean, if you see, you look at those together,
Yeah.
they are almost exact. So I'm going to put this over in our stack, and we'll go with a couple of, we'll choose another purple too.
Why
Something
don't
a
you
little bolder.
choose, why don't you choose a couple different purples and then let's vote on it?
Let's look at it. Look at these right here. What do you think?
Okay, so we've got, tell us which one is 1 and tell us which one is 2.
This is 1. The check is 2.
Okay, guys, so we want your feedback in the comments. Is
Yeah.
it 1 or 2? Because
1 or 2.
I don't
Perfect.
think we need both.
No, we don't. Because we've already got 5 here. And then I think we definitely need to look at some pink. So while you guys think about your purples, let's go find a pink.
Okay, so
let's go.
again, the I can't see very well, but on 1, is there a print to that?
It's a little woven look,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we're going with either a little woven or more of a gingham.
or the check. The check is a little more bold.
1 or 2. Okay.
All right, you guys start thinking on that.
All right.
Let me run to the pinks as well.
Looks like a lot of people are
I
saying
always
2.
and I always tend to go to a bolder.
Me too.
So
Everybody's going for the check?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the check is winning.
I'm going to leave it right there.
Okay.
I'll put this out of the way. Okay, let's go over here to the pinks. So if you look at this, that little pink mushroom right there in our selvage, maybe we want to grab a solid, or let's see, what do we have that will match that pink? I mean, I would love a big print,
a big
but I'm not seeing
floral.
one in this little section.
Now you can go to other sections of the store though.
Yeah, let's go look at another line.
Okay.
So we're going to go back in the other room. This wall is so perfect, but we're going to go back in the other room.
You know what I like to call this? Line dancing.
Yes.
You don't have to stay in a line, right?
Yeah.
We are
Let's
not gonna
dance
line
around
dance.
and have some fun.
Yep, I don't line dance if I can help it. Although I have to say there's something to it, because line dancing, you can get a perfect quilt.
You sure
Exactly.
can, but boy, isn't it fun to
All right, so
pull from lots of different ones.
I'm looking, I mean, that's pretty close. Look at that together.
Okay, so what color are we looking at here?
It's a pink,
Okay.
and I can show you with the selvage. It's got a little bit of the reddish pink in it, or the reddish color in it. And then this is not quite as bright as that pink, but it's a cute little pattern. So let's keep this one out,
Okay.
and let's
What
find
about
another pink.
What about something a little darker, Suzanne?
That's what I'm going to look for. And I'm just thinking, I mean, this is really pretty. It's got kind of a small scale.
kind of a coral.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I think that looks really good. I love all three of those together. And then,
you might end up making your own quilt.
oh, I usually do. When we would do this, I would always buy the fat quarter bundle. What about that?
Yeah, Curtis is wondering about a strawberry pink.
Yes, I'm looking around for that. You know what? Let's check over. What about that? Let's bring these.
Okay, and
Let's grab
we
something
bring
out of
them in both?
Kimberbell. All right. Let's see what we've got down here. Oh, Kimberbell has a really good. That one right there is quite pretty.
ooh, that is pretty.
Let's bring that. And then, oh, what the heck? I love this one. I always buy that.
Does this sound like any of you in the fabric store? Oh, I love it.
Let's go pick through these, okay? I'm going to take them to the table.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Just with those colors alone,
Yeah.
I see a sunset. Or
Ooh.
yeah,
Oh, that's so
Sounds
true.
like a sunset in Miami.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm
feeling
so
it.
glad you're inspired. All right, let's bring these over.
All right, can't wait
So
to
we
see
may
this.
not want this one. So let's take that out for a minute. We don't have to keep it.
Okay, and why are you thinking you don't want that one? What's your
Well, because I have
thought
so many other
process?
beautiful ones to choose from.
Okay.
I mean, I can put that back.
Oh
But-
no, I just am more curious to get inside Suzanne's brain.
It feels a little grayed down to me. Like,
Ah,
not even
yeah.
gray, just
I think
dark.
you're right.
Yeah. So let's take that one out. And looking at this, I love this, and I love this. What about you guys?
Okay, show us the two side by side, Suzanne.
Okay,
if
let's
you
do a
wouldn't
side by
mind.
side. Let's keep these because we are keeping those 4.
Okay.
Let's do a side by side here. These together, and then that. I mean, I love them both.
I kind of like both of them too.
We might need to keep both of those, seriously. Let me put these over here in the little stack and see what we think. Something's missing to me.
What could be missing?
I think it like a large print, like
Yeah,
a statement.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we need a large print. Does it need to be a yellow? Does it need to be a blue? A purple? No, we got a purple.
Some are saying no stripes. Some are saying they love the stripes. So you just never know.
Yeah, I really like them in there.
Susan's wondering if you should throw in a teal.
Not a bad idea, like a Mediterranean color.
Yeah.
Let's take this
Kind of
over
a
there.
green, aqua blue water, Nancy shares.
That's
Oh
probably
yeah,
what's
Sybil says we
missing.
could use the stripes for the binding. That's a great idea.
Let's see here. So here's one that's kind of a medium tone. Really gorgeous Mediterranean kind of color. I mean, oh, I love that. Don't you guys love that?
I love when you get so excited, Suzanne.
But look at them. Don't they go so beautifully?
Let's see them nice and close.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think
I like the color. I'm not sure on the print. But maybe.
The print is not offending me.
Okay.
But I like to mix a lot of prints, especially if I've got a background, like something that would keep them from really touching each other.
Uh-huh.
So if I did that, or put this in there, that would not bother me.
Okay, Suzanne, we are getting so close towards the end of the show. We got to start making some decisions.
All right, let's do it. Let's get ourselves some decisions. We know that these are staying in.
Okay.
That one is. I'm loving that one. What do we have so far? How many are there? What do you think, Steve? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 8. Are you guys okay with this so far?
Yeah, I think that is very Miami feel-ish.
All right, and then
Although, you know what? I don't know. The purple checks feels a little countryish to me.
You want
So
to change it?
it makes me wonder if we should change the purple.
Oh my gosh, wait 1 second. I had this over here earlier.
Yes.
What about this stripe?
Yes.
It's like awning in Miami.
Yes, I love that.
All right, so let's
Okay.
take that purple check out,
All right.
put that back in. There's 8.
Okay, so Suzanne,
Yeah,
we're going to let you make those final decisions,
final.
and we're going to come back to Fern and I.
Okay.
And during theme number 3, we're going to see what Suzanne chose. How's that?
Yes.
And we're going to see the quilt
Oh, I hope I
that
make
she's going
everybody
to
happy.
make. I'm sure she will definitely make everyone
Yes,
happy for sure. So those are very different.
I know,
aren't
right?
they?
I don't
It
know if
is
I'd have
very
chosen
different
them,
from
but
me.
No, it works.
I like obvious and bold.
Yeah.
And using the color chart pulls in more colors that you
Absolutely.
wouldn't think of. Love it.
You know, the fun thing about this too, this exercise, is this is something that you could, use as your starter bundle.
Yeah.
And then bring in
Add.
other items from your stash,
Right.
right?
Oh, yeah, for
So,
sure.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, we're going to see the unveiling of what Suzanne ends up choosing. Again, it was so much based off of what you all shared. And we're also going to talk a little bit in our final thoughts about color inspiration, where it comes from, and how do we get more of it right after this.
Three Things Live was all about quilting as you go last week.
That's right. We learned about joining blocks without stashing, joining blocks with stashing, and stitching and flipping through all the layers.
Plus, we shared some super cute machine embroidery and sewing applique files that you can use in blocks, clothing, or just about anything you want.
Discover what this award-winning show is all about. Watch it live every Monday through Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain and 3 p.m. Eastern. That's exactly what we're talking about.
So, catch up on all of this and so much more on Facebook or YouTube by clicking the links below.
Three Things Live is where we always have something to make you smile
Something to learn.
and something to discover. Let's go.
First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make that petal block. We're gonna sew on.
We're going to sew directly on the line.
Yep, these are
okay?
gonna be our sew line.
Right. So we're doing 1/4 inch from the seam line.
From the seam line, yep. So we've got this part of the flying geese. Now we're gonna put our dark yellow blocks right on top, but we're going to put the diagonal the other direction.
Straight down that line.
And then you're gonna do the same thing
my gosh.
with that one. It was super easy.
It's actually really simple.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do it one more time for the stem, and we're gonna do something funny with this too.
So if you take a look, you can see this is on one side and this is on the other side, and the line is going in that opposite direction.
When we do another 1/4 inch, so the stem meets up and you have this nice little meet, and you don't have a weird point there.
Welcome back, everyone. I got to tell you, isn't it
Okay,
so
give me-
interesting to be a part of a process like that? And everybody has, different opinions as to what speaks to them. And what it means is that there's really no right or wrong way. Again,
Yes,
if
yeah.
it speaks to you and you love it, then that's what's most important. If you don't love it, it's okay too. So I love being able to see Suzanne's brain at work, and I can't wait to see what she's pulled together. She's going to be here in just a moment to show us. But in the meantime, for theme number 3, how about this for a discovery? You know, we like to think about different places we go to and the inspiration we will get from just our everyday surroundings. And sometimes that can lead to a quilt. Well, one of our graphic designers, Hailey, we love her, and she is joining us virtually. Hello, Miss Hailey. We're talking inspiration found in TJ Maxx.
Yep, in TJ Maxx.
Tell us the story about this.
So I often like to look for inspiration for quilts or for design when I'm just out and about. And one day I was at TJ Maxx, and you walk in and you go past kind of like the cosmetics and the soaps. And I really love some of these soap containers.
Yes.
And I saw this beautiful kind of blue and yellow soap container. I think it had a lemon on it or something similar. The kind of that kind. And then I was like, this is beautiful. And it kind of reminded me of these like tiles. And I was like, you could make a quilt out of this. And so I did. So I took that inspiration, that blue, that kind of diagonal pattern, and then that yellow, and I paired it with some lemons, and I made designed this really cute lemon quilt, and it's also a table topper.
Did, and I remember when you showed this to me, I was just squealing with delight because I said, that is so cute. It's so timely. I absolutely love it, and it's very much on trend. The colors are perfect for summer. Let's take a look at what you did based off of a soap container.
Yeah.
I mean, really, isn't that something? All right.
And I think you can just find design anywhere, really, like inspiration.
It's so true. It can be found anywhere. I want to know in the comments, how many of you find inspiration just with, you go into a restaurant and you see the floor tiles? Or you're in the bathroom and see the floor tiles, because that's all you can see,
you're looking at,
right?
yes.
I find inspiration there all the time.
You get your notepad out, you get your phone out.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But isn't that interesting that Hailey took a soap bottle and was able to then come up with this? She was looking at the diagonal, she was looking at the geometric, she was looking at the color combinations, she was looking at the motif that was on there. All of those things really, add up to inspiration. So Hailey, what's your next inspiration piece?
I'm not sure yet.
Dibs?
But when I go shopping, I think you can find inspiration really anywhere. Someone once told me that the grocery store was the design museum because everything there is designed. And you can find inspiration in food products, like labels. It's everywhere.
Okay, well, can you design me a quilt with, let's see, peanut M&Ms?
Sure. They might not be M&Ms.
I don't want the shape of it. I just want the colors and the taste. The taste, yeah, that'd be great too. That's pretty cool. Sybil says that the quilt that you did looks like summer. Absolutely. Yes. And Becky is saying that bathroom floor tiles, definitely. Yeah, Dee shares that inspiration in the architecture details of older universities and buildings in the Boston area. Oh, I bet they're gorgeous, Dee.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hailey, we just want to say thank you because you're one of our graphic designers here. We absolutely love everything that you do for us. You make us look good, my friend. And we're very grateful for all that you contribute here at Girlfriends.
Thanks. It's great to be here.
Keep the inspiration coming, my friend.
Sounds good.
Okay.
She's so cute.
See ya. Isn't she darling?
She is.
We love her. Love Miss Hailey. All right, Suzanne. What did you bring back for us? This is very different.
It is different.
Wow.
But I think with the pattern that we put it in, I think it will be.
Well, why don't you show us the pattern we're going to be doing?
Yeah, this is the pattern.
Now, you don't, if you just love the fabrics, you don't have to do this pattern.
Yeah, you don't have to.
But we do have this pattern available on our website.
I'll be Kyle.
Okay, Kyle. We have this pattern available on our website, as well as this one is free in the club.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
So what do we call this one again?
Charming Churn Dash.
Charming Churn Dash. Yeah. There you go. So I could totally see these fabrics with this.
Oh yeah, you only need 9 fat quarters.
And then what would you use for a background?
I would use something calming with this.
Okay, there's a lot going on there, isn't there?
So that's why I chose this for this one too, like a very calm background. So, but here's what we
Okay.
got.
All right.
All right. So don't shoot the messenger, but these are what I did. And I liked Fern's statement that we needed a bigger print. A bigger print. So I went and searched for one and came up with this one right here, if you can see that.
Yeah.
So, and it's got all the colors in it. It's got your coral, some green, which is a little bit, this is a little bluer green, the peach, the strawberryish pinkish red. So these are the ones that we've picked for our 9 quarters.
Super fun. If you're interested in picking up Suzanne's picks, we have a limited quantity of them, but you can also find that bundle on our website at mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com. And if you're interested in the Charming Turn Dash, you can find it there as well as that is free in the club. All right, we covered a lot of ground today and yesterday, all things about color, and we just barely skimmed the surface, right?
Yeah.
But what it is it's just fun. This is just what we as quilters love. We love color and we love bringing it all together. So we hope you enjoyed today's show. We hope you've been inspired. One of the challenges I want to give to all of you before we leave is to think about an item, perhaps a household item, or maybe you're at the park this weekend, or you're driving somewhere, wherever it might be. I want you to take a snapshot of that, and then I want you to post it in Friends of My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop page and tell us maybe a little inspiration behind it. So Suzanne and Fern, I know you did. You brought some things, but I'm going to ask you to post that today too. So check out our Facebook page because we are about ready to wrap up. I want to see what your inspiration pieces are because it's always so fascinating. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for being with us today. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And this is our last day for this week on Three Themes Live. So get caught up on the ones that you've missed and keep sewing, keep doing all the things you love. And of course, like I always say, we hope to see you again real soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.